Rico and Kayla is about to go live online. Catch All Out Monster hit music, All Out celebrity interviews, All Out showbiz and sports news, All Out fun, an exclusive on the Monster. Catch the stream on the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, and twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Your All Out hosts, Rico Robles and Kayla Rivera. Stand by and enjoy the program.
All right, here we go. It's Monster RX93.1. You know how we do it. So it's fantastic. We have a big artist when it comes to winning, but the journey ain't quite easy. So we're going to get to know the journey as the big winner of Eurovision 2025. Tell us about the contest and all that. Is a prestigious contest. We got JJ joining us. Hi, JJ.
Hello. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm going to shake your hand from here.
Yeah.
Congratulations you from here.
Thank you.
You know, how you been? How's the journey so far? You know, you're soaking it all in, and you know, how has life changed so far, man?
Yeah, everything's been going pretty well, knock on wood. I've been traveling a lot to do promo and interviews, and as soon as I got back, I think I got back a few days ago, I went right back into the studio to record new music. So it's a pretty tight and packed schedule, but I'm really, really happy and excited about it.
Now, you know, tell us about Eurovision, and you know, especially here in the Philippines. You know, this is something fairly new to some. Some this is like a prestigious thing with Celine Dion and all the other accolades. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so Eurovision is a musical competition that started almost 70 years ago, and it's been a crazy journey. It's a huge thing here in Europe. 160 million people watched worldwide, so it's really a huge deal. And there's always one act that gets to represent their country at Eurovision, and I got to represent Austria. And I had the great honor that I also got to bring my Filipino heritage with me because my mom is from the Philippines. And, you know, it's always going to be a part of me. So I wanted to honor the Filipinos because we're all known to be great singers. So I had to take that with me.
And now, you know, for you to, the journey for it, for you to join, especially you and being in Austria, how did you join it? Was it a series of songwriting contests? Was there like a preliminary? Then, you know, you kept on advancing and advancing. Walk us through the journey.
Yeah. So I wrote the song with my songwriter, Taya, and the producer, Thomas, in Berlin in August. And then there was a deadline when we had to hand in the songs if we wanted to participate for Austria at Eurovision. And then there was a phase where they were listening through all the songs and then putting songs to the side that they wanted to have to come in for a live audition. And my song was one of those 5 songs. And then I got the invite to perform the song live at the national broadcaster here in Austria. And then I performed the song, and then it went through like internal juries and external juries that gave off their points. And at the end, I won the voting, and therefore I was chosen to represent Austria.
And then, you know, when you represent it and the bigger scale, this is like everybody watching. How was the preparation like? Did you have to like get a choir going? Do you have to get you know what I mean? The string section. How was that preparation?
Oh, it was pretty relaxing, I would say. So everything was mainly already in the production itself in the song. That's why they just took the stems of that and put it into Eurovision. And I was just having a few rehearsals in Madrid and in Helsinki and just practicing how I would perform on stage. And then, like, I think 2 weeks before we went to Switzerland, that's when we started rehearsing like every second day. And yeah, when I was there, it was pretty chill because we had everything done. I didn't have that much of a choreo, so it was pretty relaxing for me.
Did you ever imagine that it was going to be this big when you were first?
No, I never thought that even my debut single would represent an entire nation at a musical competition, let alone winning the competition with a debut single, is the most out of this world thing that I could ever have imagined. And I'm so glad that this art form that I'm putting out there is being perceived so well by everybody.
Now, you know, you're going to be a blueprint to many when, you know, they do want to do it for Eurovision. Can you walk us through the moment when it was the finals, when it was the grand finals? You're stepping on
Yeah.
stage with a lot on the line, 100
Yeah.
million plus people watching. What were you
Yeah.
thinking about? What was your motivation? What kept you focused on stage? What
Yeah.
were the challenges and how did you overcome it?
So before going on stage, in the backstage area, I was doing push-ups and planks, which I do every time, which is like a ritual for me. And then my manager and my staging director were there with me backstage, and we were just meditating for a minute. And then before walking up the ramp to go on stage, I just told myself, hey, you can do it. You've rehearsed this so many times. Why would you fail now if you've done it so many times already? So I just went in there and said, take in this moment. It's those were my 3 minutes, and, give everything that I've got, because, everything was on the line on that night. So I just said, hey, you can do it. Chill, relax. It's going to be fine.
I think the plank was a lot more difficult, right?
Yeah, that was actually, yeah, that was more intense than the actual performance itself.
To get the difficult out of the way, which is always
Exactly.
good. So now that you're the big winner, what was the prize that you've won, and what'd you do with it?
Yeah, so I got a huge glass trophy. And it's crazy to me, having to hold this huge glass trophy. Unfortunately, same to the previous winner, it broke because it's made out of glass. So it broke right in the middle, but I'm getting it fixed. That's fine. And yeah, I just had, the honor to be in the Hall of Fame with the other Eurovision winners, such as Celine Dion, ABBA, and such. So yeah, I have the great honor, and also to be the first Southeast Asian person to have won the competition.
That's really, really cool. For those that are
Yeah.
watching, JJ is joining us, the winner of Eurovision 2025. Now, you did mention being part Filipino. What part of the Philippines is your mom from? And what any lessons and values that she teach you that you bring
Yeah.
along with you now?
So my mom is originally from Masbate, pero they moved to Manila when she was around 13 years old. And so my family is based in Manila right now, my mom's family. And the life lesson she's always given me is to be grateful for what you have. We are so privileged in, having this lifestyle, or, being able to chase our dreams. And just have to be so grateful and thankful for every little single thing that I have in my life, and take nothing for granted.
Hey, best said there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you planning to visit the Philippines soon? When was the last time you were here?
The last time I was here was in 2023. So it's just been 2 years, but I would love to come back. I miss the Philippines, especially my entire Filipino family. It's so fun with them, and I miss, talking Tagalog like 24/7. And whenever I come back to Austria, I always forget how to speak German because it's a different grammar. So I'm like, wait, I would say this in Tagalog, but not in German, so it's a bit confusing.
Yeah, do you have any message for all your fans here in the Philippines and yung mga Pinoys that are listening to you right now?
Yeah. Maraming salamat po sa lahat na nanood ng Eurovision. Tapos salamat po sa suporta ninyo sa akin. I'm really, really grateful and honored to have the entire Filipino community, also worldwide, celebrating this victory. And I'm so honored and hope that I get to go back to the Philippines very soon.
Now, JJ, what's the bigger plan now? You've won the contest. That's like the ultimate goal. That what's next? Are you going to go full time in music? Are you going to just go to songwriting? You're going to be that go-to songwriter. Who would you want to write songs for as well?
So after my entire press and promo tour here in Europe, I got back home to Vienna and I went right back into the studio. So we recorded a new song, which will possibly be the follow-up single to my Eurovision song. And we also have more songwriting sessions planned in the upcoming weeks. So I'll be definitely in the studio the entire summer, which I'm looking very much forward to. And I'm going to be releasing an EP as well. And hopefully go on tour.
This is something to look forward to, especially to all your fans, you know what I mean, that are here in the Philippines supporting you. And, there are a lot of songwriters that are listening, watching us here, wherever they are catching this interview. You have any tips for songwriters out there, your kababayans that are songwriting, hopefully getting the break, still hesitating to getting that song out of the bedroom?
Yeah. If you feel like it's the right song and it's the right time for that song, release it. don't let anyone hinder you from putting out your music and your art form. And if you're in the studio, if you have a little, like a break and you don't know what else to put in, just take a walk or take a quick break for your brain to relax a little bit and let your creative mind flow then afterwards again. It really does work out. And if you're in the studio for 7 hours or 12 hours or even 24 hours, just enjoy the process.
And JJ, you have any message for yourself? You've been working so hard, man.
Yeah. I would tell myself to enjoy every moment a little bit more. I'm enjoying every moment so far, but I should enjoy it a bit more, because then, with all of the stress that's been going on and me traveling a lot, I forget the littlest things. So I should just enjoy them more and take everything in.
Here on the show, we do have some all-out fun questions that we want to get to know. Like for you, your journey now. Who's the most famous person you've ever met, and what was the conversation like?
Oh my God, the most famous person I ever met. I would say she was a previous winner of Eurovision. Her name is Loreen. And it was amazing. She just said, I did an amazing job. And she said she really enjoys what I did. So that was crazy to me. So she would be the most famous person I've met.
Now, what was that one advice that someone gave you that up to this day, 2025, you're taking with you? And that every time, you think of that, it just gets you going?
I would say the advice that my mom gave me, to never take anything for granted and enjoy every little moment that you have. Because I can, I get to live this life that I'm living, and you only live it once. So, just make the most out of it.
And I know that not all the doors are always a yes. You know, sometimes you get a no, you get a rejection. How do you overcome that? I know people are watching this and they want to get a thing or two about that. How do you overcome it?
It's fine. I've received a lot of no's in my life, especially in the music industry. So just never give up. If it's one no, that's fine. There are many other opportunities that come, and maybe it's a sign that it's not yet your time. So just, keep on trying, never give up. And there only has to be one person besides yourself that has to believe in you, and then all your dreams can come true.
And in your case, it's your mama and the whole entire Philippines. And you are the big winner. Congratulations.
Thank you so much
for taking time.
Of course.
To take this interview. I know you got plenty more in store, and we are excited. Message and invite everybody to where can they catch your music and the releases and the drops and everything. Go ahead, JJ.
Yeah, so you can follow everything that I'm doing right now and with my upcoming music on Instagram and TikTok. It's the same username, Johannes JJ Peach. I'll be updating every day almost, and I'll let you know when new music will come out, and you can stream my song Wasted Love on all streaming platforms that are out there.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, JJ.
Thank you.
On behalf of Kayla, this has been another Monster exclusive interview. Peace. Thank you. Take care.
All Out exclusive interview. Monster exclusive interview. Only from Manila's hottest. Monster RX93.1.